on the show today is Joseph Tan. He is the Managing Director of Chek Hup Sdn Bhd. Now, he has been a Vistage member since 2016. Many of us know Chek Hup's brand of coffee, tea and rock sugar, which you can find on the shelves of your supermarket. But what many people do not know is that Chek Hup is actually a family business, and Joseph is the second generation leader. Thank you so much for joining me on this show.
Welcome.
Well, let's start with that. A family business started by your father. What inspired you to take over and carry on a business? Was it something that you had always wanted to do?
I think my father's always talked to me about business since I was very young. So somehow I think that was a context that built into me to inspire me and subconsciously to become a businessman.
But always in that industry, or did you have your mind set on other things?
I think because the family business was founded on the food industry, so that is how I've always wanted to be in the food industry.
Okay, that's great. So you worked your way up from junior positions in the company and eventually become managing director. How do you think going through that different stages, how has that shaped your leadership?
To be able to work from the grounds up, I think it somehow allow me to have empathy and to be compassionate towards all the people working in the families and my fellow colleagues and the staff. But it also gives me that realistic perspective of how things happens on the ground so that I can hold people accountable.
Okay. And what would you say are some of the lessons that you have learned from your father? You know, he ran the business for a number of years before you finally took over.
All right, I think what I learned from him is to live a simple life regardless of how much money you make. Basically, he didn't teach me or train me in such a way, but basically I learned from him from his lifestyle and his actions.
Why is living simple important?
See, as a businessman, we deal with a lot of resources and monies. And if we are into it to make money, I think sometimes this will be a risk and a danger. So if we're able to live simple and not to become a servant of money, but rather to become a master of the money, that will allow us to have that freedom, that sense of direction to be able to make good decisions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So aside from making money for the business, of course that's important, I do wonder personally, what kind of impact do you want to leave?
I think if I'm a businessman, I always wanted to build a business that really can serve the society at large with benefit and impact. And I believe business is a social organization where people come together with different skill sets and talent and managing various resources so that we can deliver products to the market to serve the needs of the consumers. And to do that, I believe it's always in my mind to build something to be able from the core to have the values, to have the cultures that flow from within so that it will be able to impact the people that work around in the company. Then only possible we are able to deliver the impact and the changes we wanted to create in the business.
Now let's talk about values. I think ethics is something very crucial to the fundamentals of Chek Hup. How do you instill that in your day-to-day, in your operations, among your staff?
It all starts at the top, and it have to start from myself. I think being a leader, whether we like it or not, everything we do influence our followers. If we as a leader behave positively, our followers will follow that. And if we behave negatively, our follower will likewise follow that. So every time when I make a decisions, I have to remember, I have to remind myself that every small or big decision, every actions, that how it will impact the customers, how it will impact the staff working in the company, and how it will impact the suppliers and so on, and etc. So I always tell my team that, the market give us a chance, allow us to serve their need, and they believe and they trust us that we will take care of their interests. So this word trust is a good acronym that it can help us to guide our direction and our behavior, because trust, you can think of it stand like truthful, respectful, understanding, sincere, and transparent. And if we're able to remember that, then together as a whole, we will be able to come together to do something which is good for the community and good for the economy.
Now, speaking about trust, something that is closely linked to trust is loyalty.
Yeah.
And I do want to talk about brand loyalty. And FMCG is such a competitive industry, and with customers' preferences changing at lightning speed, how do you keep up with that? And how can your product stand out among the rest of the competitors?
Yeah, to be able to keep up with this loyalty in this landscape, we know that now in the internet era, all information are traveling at the speed of light, and all information are so readily accessible. It really puts the power into the hand of consumer like no other era has seen before. So we really have to work hard to stay relevant in the form, in the fashions, or in the relevant channels to engage our consumer. But most important of all, I come back to the acronym of trust. So we have to make sure that the products that we make is delicious, and the ingredient that we use it at its most natural and also safe for the consumer.
All right. Now, speaking about that, I had a chance to go to the supermarket and look at your products. Some of the key things that stood out is your products, your beverages, especially coffee and tea, free from artificial colorings, is lower in sugar. In fact, rock sugar is the type of sweetener that you use in your products. Can you talk to us about that, and how is that a competitive advantage, a unique selling point for Chek Hup?
Yeah. Before we started to come into this industry, we know that this industry is highly competitive. And sometimes due to the price and the competitions and all that, it forces all the manufacturer to think of way how to deliver their product and yet to make some profit. And sometimes it's sad that this will end up into having quality in the product that may not be in the best interest of consumer. So when we entered into the industry, we wanted to somehow do something about it. So we have some skill set into making rock sugar, and rock sugar is a product that has been around for ages. I think probably hundreds of years. And one of the things that we find out about rock sugar is we work with institutions like Sugis in Sydney University, this glycemic index research agency, as well as the Singapore Temasek. They have been able to quantify that rock sugar is naturally sucrose, but yet it is also mildly with a low GI index. So I thought that is a good ingredient. That's where we have the opportunity to contribute, like our vision, to be able to make something to serve the market, to improve the food quality as well as the lifestyle of the consumers.
I think running a family business is unlike running a normal corporate company. You have such strong values and traditions started by your father with Chek Hup. How do you maintain that, at the same time bring new ideas, fresh ideas into the company?
I think as a leader of the company, one have to sacrifice and work hard enough in order to earn the trust of the family member with proven track records. And once we're able to do that, and always practice trust, transparent, truthful, respectful, understanding, sincerity. And with that, I think bringing new ideas to the table, it would not be an issue anymore.
Okay. And what would you say had been your biggest setbacks in your career so far, if you had any?
Now, there was a time when I joined a division of the family business. So somehow the business result wasn't as good as it expect. And all aspect of the business somehow just stagnate, and then we have to find a way out in order to make this breakthrough. And fortunately, with the buy-in from some family business member, they're able to stand in place of me to sustain the business while it is falling apart. So I'll have the time to free myself up to look for other business opportunity, to build capital, to strengthen our reserve. And the breakthrough came when after we have persevered through the winter season of this business division, and we are able to attract and influence a new leadership, the right leadership to join this company, and in order for them to transform the company with the better team who knows how to market the product, who knows how to manage operation, so that the right culture and the new blood and the new transformation take place.
So what essentially happened is you had the backing of your family that allows you to take a step back, re-strategize.
Yes, exactly.
Not many people can have that kind of support.
Yeah.
With that kind of support that you had, how has that shaped you as a leader, you know, going through that experience and to you personally?
I think everyone is not born as a natural leader. All of us are just born as a human being. But we are all into the journey of leadership. We are growing along this journey. So every time when there is setback and there is this failure, I think we have to see it as such that if we know how to learn from it, actually setback and failures will be able to refine and strengthen us to become a better human, to become a better person. So with this paradigm, it will always mentally help me to prepare to bounce back from all this setback.
And can I also talk to you about your experience with Vistage? You have been with them for 7 years. How has it helped you even on a personal level and as a leader? How has Vistage helped you grow over the years?
Yeah, Vistage exposed me to the concept of mentorship and peer advisory. My chair, Mr. C.K. Chan, actually he has tried to approach me for more than a year before I signed up. And even when I signed up, I still remember when I signed that paper, I wasn't willing initially.
Why not? Like, what was the hesitation?
Because I thought Vistage was like a multi-level kind of thing, you know. So I wasn't convinced. So, but after I signed up, once I get on board, I love it and I really enjoy it. So along the journey, I learned so many things with the OIP concept, with the resource session, and most important is also the bond that we grew together with the member, and also the trust that we grow together with the chair as a mentor. So I really want to take this opportunity to thank Vistage as a platform, and also my chair, Mr. C.K. Chan, and all the members in our group VCE26 to allow me to have an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to excel in my area of leadership as in the business.
Seeking external advice or mentorship is very important for any business leader. What have been some of the most valuable insights that you have gained from being part of Vistage?
They have this interesting exercise during the Vistage meeting. They call it the Johari's window. Okay. So that would allow a member to somehow put us in a hot seat in the 4 quadrants, like things that I know about myself, where they also know, and things that I'm not aware but the members know, and things that maybe the member are not aware but I know. So, but the last quadrant is really God knows, because no one knows about it. So with this exercise, and I think it is also difficult for a business leader to have any other insight from any other platform. So these are the group that has somehow grown in their friendship and bond. They are able to challenge and carefront us to know our blind spot in order for us to grow and be self-aware to become a better person.
Okay. And what would you say have been the best advice you have received throughout your career?
I think the best advice I have received in my career is always to be humble, to be honest, and by all means, do no harm.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with me to talk about Chek Hup and also your vision for the company.
All right, you're welcome.
Joseph.
Thank you.